Eric, how are you?
Doing well, gentlemen. Good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to get you over here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Vendorflow? What is it? And I think you're the co-founder too as well. So tell us the story there. How did you come to found it?
Give us the front end story though, where you started off. How you started off sort of in one direction,
Sure.
and ended up in another.
Sure, that's absolutely right. Appreciate it.
I love that.
That's right. Well, as background, the Vendorflow team, we came out of we'll call it a digital-enabled trucking brokerage type of company, freight brokerage company.
Okay.
And when we were there, we helped to build their TMS, their mobile trucker app, and their ship report. And we found that the trucker app was very poorly adopted. We're talking 20-25% of the time where the truck driver used
By the driver,
app.
yeah. Okay.
And we found this to generally hold across the industry, in freight brokerage and in fleets as well. And we're really interested in the concept of reaching people in a low-friction way. And because it's high friction to have to install something or to log into something or learn how to use something, why not reach people in a lower friction way is the kernel of it. And what Rob's alluding to here is we started over email to say, what if we could enable brokers to send a quote request over email that someone can tap and just respond to in a low friction way to capture a rate for a quote request. That's where we started. But email's hard. Email's got deliverability issues. Email's messy. Email varies. And if we're being honest with ourselves, our original product, it was a little too cute. It was kind of like in your kitchen drawer, it's like a lemon zester, and it only does lemons, not limes. Very narrow. And we just found it was cute, but not quite picking up.
Yeah.
Well, we were fortunate to kind of hang in there long enough to talk to more brokers and fleets about their real aspirations. And we found that shared inbox texting and messaging automation was really the big opportunity here. And to be specific, we found that truckers prefer using not just SMS, but WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger. We've gotten requests for Kakao Talk, if anybody knows that one. That's the Korean language.
Never heard of that.
And WeChat, of course, is the Chinese
Yeah,
language.
WeChat, okay.
All sorts of mobile apps that people actually use. And the good news is mobile texting technology has come a long way in the last few years, where in the past, you send words and maybe web links and images, but now, you can send people rich experiences, a button to say book now, a signature panel to sign that POD, a flow to submit pictures of the seal to make sure it's still intact on the trailer. So we're really bullish on the new technology opportunities, which I'm happy to get deeper into. Long monologue, so I'll pause there.
No, that was great.
Interesting.
Thanks for being on the show. No, I'm
Appreciate
kidding.
it.
Their time is up. No,
Yeah, that's right.
just kidding. I think that's super interesting, and I love too that you guys took a look at kind of the form factor in which you're delivering, right? That messaging, because it is super important, and we touched on this a little earlier too. I think, Rob, about just the difficulty sometimes in getting that driver to want to download a different app or want to be involved, right? And I think it's great that you're like, okay, yeah, you want to do Facebook Messenger, yeah, let's do that. Or you want to do WhatsApp, let's do that. I think having that flexibility, being able to do that is so smart. So tell us a little bit about kind of how that, because you mentioned that you, in previous, like you had some challenges with the adoption, right? So tell us how that's changed the adoption.
Yeah, so now we really have two core products. One is a shared inbox texting product. So that would compete with the likes of Text Us, Text Line, Ring Central, Dial Pad. These are generic communications products. We're asking, what if these products were built for logistics? How would they be different? And in our case, sure, it has all the classics for texting people, sure. But also, you can send a location request to capture GPS, flow that back into the TMS. Hitting you with a few acronyms here. Send out the document signature request, right? Send a file out, they sign it, we capture the document, pass it right back to the TMS, tied to the correct shipment. So that's the opportunity that we see, and that's what we've been offering. Mostly to asset-based drayage and intermodal is where we've been focusing. Nothing about our product has to be for drayage, but we just found that's our background, that's who we know, that's where we started. And we recently signed when I say recently, I mean this morning, by the way, we signed a port. Can't say which one yet, a little bit too much, but we closed a port this morning we're really excited about. Because, engaging frontline workers in low-friction ways over these channels, we're really excited about. We see a lot of
Savannah's a good start. You do well with that.
That would be nice. That's on the wish list.
I was just fishing there.
We eliminated one.
There we go.
well, congratulations, definitely, for that. I think it's very interesting, and I love the fact that I love those little in-between processes that find that tech space and make that so much more seamless and be able to create that productivity, because there's I think, if you look at everything in the grand scheme of things, like there's not necessarily the immediate realization that, hey, you're losing a lot of efficiency there, and those types of things. So, I mean, how does that kind of increase overall the process and really streamline it more?
Yeah. Well, as a contrast example, one of our customers, what they were doing is they were blasting documents out over email requesting signature, and some of these truck drivers, they were going to Staples and Office Depot to print it, sign it with a pen, then take a picture, then email it back. It was taking days and weeks, or just never, as you might imagine, to get those documents back. What they wanted was, why not blast this out over SMS? That's where frontline workers already are. Hit them there, sign it. So it goes from days and weeks to minutes and hours to get these signatures. So that was one example to your point. If I may, though, there is a little bit of news in the realm of texting technology that we're really excited about.
Let's hear it.
So I don't know if most folks haven't heard about it, but it's called RCS, Rich Communication Service. This is SMS 2.0.
Yeah, I see that like popping up in my texting on my phone, but and I don't know what it is. And my dad asked me too. He's like, "What is RCS?" And I don't know.
Your dad's ahead of the curve even to ask about it. That's pretty good.
Well, he's 80, so shout out to my dad ahead of the curve for once. Yes.
Sure. Well, to be clear, so SMS 2.0, Android's been pushing for it for a long time, but somebody hasn't wanted to play ball. Apple. And now, though, thanks to very random shout out, but antitrust enforcers in the EU, they've been pressuring Apple to play ball. Shout out, that's good. But no. But Apple has to play
Put your hands in the air.
Yeah, that's right. Neo can give a shout out later tonight. Yeah, that's right. But no, Apple has to play ball with the cable standards have to be uniform, and they have to adhere to the SMS 2.0 standard. So now SMS is going to be upgraded. In what way? Now you can send text to people, so no longer just words, images, and web links. That's the standard today, right? 2.0. Now you can send buttons to say book now, buy now, confirm appointment, schedule appointment, all sorts of different interactions. So what are these buttons going to afford? It's kind of like having that heavy-duty app, but you don't need the heavy-duty app. Just send them the button right there, tap it, that button will update your TMS, your WS, your whatever MS. So that's something that we're excited about. This we expect to come onto the market in November or September, thereabouts, because that's when Apple usually announces their stuff. But they made a public statement, they conceded. We gave up, they didn't quite use that language. But we will adopt this standard in 2024. So we want to lean into that and ask the question, what is going to change about the landscape?
It's going to work for you guys. I think it's going to totally open up some things for what's happening with the documents that drivers need. I mean, it's going to be great. Or the broker who wants to take a little vacation, and he can still book loads from the beach with his phone. You know what I mean? So
that's the idea. I like that for our marketing material. That's good. That's good.
And it's called RCS?
RCS, Rich Communication Service.
I thought it stood for really cool shit.
There you go.
It sounds like it's heading in that way.
You guys need
we should have preloaded the sound effect.
That's right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really interesting stuff and really exciting to hear how you've been able to take, what's just, typically just texting, right, in a sense, and taking it to the next level to be able to create that better experience overall. So really interesting to talk to you here, Eric, and learn more about Vendorflow and how you guys are taking that communication to the next level. And we're really looking forward to seeing those developments too on the RCS side. If people are interested in learning more about Vendorflow and maybe getting it into their operations, what's the best way to do that?
They should hit us up over vendorflow.co is our website. There's a little form there to book a little 20-minute introduction meeting. On social media, I would say LinkedIn is definitely our strong suit. That's where we spend most of our time, our effort, our energy. So people should find us there as well. And the spelling for Vendorflow, there's an O in it. A lot of people miss the O, so right there. So that's good.
Two O's. There's two O's.
Yeah, very good. That's right. Thank you.
All right, Eric, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us all about Vendorflow. Very exciting stuff. And we'll definitely be looking forward to seeing future developments as well.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on, man.
Thank you, bro.